Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, G.E.M. And let's cue that intro.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking now. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking.
Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you guys are having had a great day wherever it is that you may be. Before we move forward, please smash that like button. Please share on your socials. Let's do that. We are literally 20 odd away from being monetized. Literally. We are there, people. We are there. So we really need you to help push this. And by you sharing on your socials, helps us, helps the GNA community. And yeah, man, honestly, it's exciting stuff. We've got so many new ideas coming in as well. New shows, new videos, new everything. There's just so much going on. But yeah, people, please smash that like. I want to, before we start going into this as well, I want to say congratulations to Alex, who done very well yesterday on a watch along for the Juventus versus AC Milan game. As you've probably seen on the GNA community channel, we've managed to hit nearly 2.5k views on that. So I just want to say thank you very, very much for everyone that was there and showing their support to that show as well. I hope you guys are all well as well. Let's quickly go through some of these comments. Brandon says Chelsea will win 5-0 is what he's saying. Velv said it. I ain't gonna tell you. Velv's told you what to do. Gem is a pineapple. Pass it on. Yes, Hassan. How you doing, my man? How are you doing? Oh look, Trolls here. Gem, be ready for Wednesday. It's going to be embarrassing for Chelsea. Josh, I hope you. Josh. Let's get to this, right? I hope that Wednesday night or Thursday morning, whenever it is that we do a player rating show here, you are here after the game. I don't want you hiding. I don't want you disappearing. I've seen one viewer do that in Charles. Charles used to come in. It's a bit like you used to come in every day, quadruple, treble. Yeah, and all of a sudden, he's gone. He's comprende. Bye. Disappeared. So make sure that you bring the same energy after the game than what you've bought today. And I don't want to hear any excuses from you. All right? We don't want to hear any excuses from you. Josh, how do you feel that Thiago has more goals than your midfield combined? Is that actually true, Velv? Is that actually true? Have they not scored any goals in their midfield? He should be glad I carried the show. He says he'll be there. All right, cool. He says he's going to be there. Lambs is with us as well. Big up to Lambs, people.
Yeah.
How we doing, Lambs?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late, but I had to make sure I made some dinner tonight. So, yeah, cooking a chicken casserole.
We do expect you to actually eat. So even if we're going live, you still need to have some sort of dinner. I hope you enjoyed it, whatever it was as well. But let's get into it, Lambs. Let's get into it because it's a massive game against Arsenal on Wednesday. It's a team that Chelsea have been confident to play against. They were in December. We looked like it was on the cards that we will go there, win 3-0. It's a team that seems to be a little bit of a bogey team for Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
How do you feel coming into this game?
I mean, well, all in all, I'm definitely feeling confident. I definitely think no matter what, in every circumstances, shape and form, our whole team is collectively way better and we are good enough no matter what to beat this Arsenal team. But like you said, mentioning that they could be our bogey team, I'm really hoping it's not like another West Brom situation because they seem to be that team that even though we know that they're shit and we're clearly better than them, for some reason, we still weren't able. They still took points of us this season. Do you know what I mean? Now they're relegated, but it's not really about like how good you are. Like on paper, surely, yeah, we should turn them over, but it doesn't really mean anything. And I think there's that whole mentality thing of when you're playing without any pressure, tend to feel a little bit better because there's no expectations. And I don't know. Maybe Arsenal, they do strike me as that team. Don't get me wrong. They like. it can work both ways as well. But they do strike me as one of those teams where they do tend to play better.
Yeah,
Once was off. Like, granted, it was West Brom, but like Saka was brilliant. So many of these guys that they've been relying on them to kind of carry them through the season actually turned up, and we can't like discredit them. Like Arteta might just go, you know what, Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, you young bucks, do your thing. Like, have free reign, like go crazy.
mm,
And I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if they turned up, but I think on paper still we are good enough. Like, even with the rotation, we are still good enough. And even if we lost, I it wouldn't bother me. It honestly wouldn't bother me, because at the end of the day, like, if they want to brag about taking 6 points of us this season, well done. Like, what's it got you? We're in a top 4 place comfortably, and in 2 finals, and you're sitting in 10th place, and you've got nothing to play for. So really and truly,
yeah,
it's one of those ones where I still do expect us to win. I'm expecting a lot of rotation in the squad, but real talk, if we
you
did
don't know.
lose,
Yeah, you don't want to say too much. Look,
if
uh,
we drew or lost, I wouldn't care.
yeah. I mean, look, I am gonna get into how I feel about the game, what I feel about the game. Before we do that, Wayne says, "Big up, Lands and Gem. We are back where we belong. The best team in Europe, potentially, if we beat Man City, wherever it is, Turkey, England, wherever it is that we end up having to go. If we beat them, then we can call ourselves that again. Chelsea, the best team in Europe again. How's that feel, people? How does that feel?" I didn't know it's already evening. Where have we been all my life? It's what Father says. We need to smash them. We owe them one. Do you know what? And the Undertaker CFC is right. Big up to him as well. Honestly, we owe them one massively. Let's be serious. We weren't up to the under Lampard wasn't up to it in that game, and they caught us out, and they deserved the win. I know as much as we would play bad, they deserved the win. They were better than us on the day, and we had to take it on the chin. But we do owe them one. And I do believe in the law of averages, which means usually when when you've suffered a defeat the way we did, which was quite damaging when you think about what happened after, especially for Frank Lampard and sort of the decline that we had at that point. It's now, it's now a game that I think Chelsea will look at and go, hang on, we own one here, and not just that, we've got a lot more to play for. Chelsea have got a lot more to play for. We need 4 more points to solidify ourselves in top 4. 4 more points. We beat Man City, which was a completely out of the blue thing, which we've managed to do, which is solidified that as well. So, it's going to be a massive, massive game, whatever way you look at it. And I think Arsenal, they ain't got nothing to play for. People keep saying it; they haven't got nothing to play for, but they will come in with the right attitude, and they'll try and get the results that they need. Let's go through here. We've got Josh saying Smith Rowe will expose your overrated defence, whilst Mason Average Mount will go invisible. Very funny. Can we get a Tomori appreciation show? Man pocketed Ronaldo and outjumped Chiellini to score. I mean, yeah, from what Alex was telling me yesterday, I was in and out of it as well. He had a very good game. There was a good opportunity that Tuchel might like him. Tuchel might want him back. We'll have to see what happens on that. Thoughts on Abraham leaving? Leave. Leave. It's not. Sorry, guys, I need some water. It's not something that really bothers me if he stays or he goes. The guy's demanding huge amounts of money, which I don't think he really should be demanding anyway. Let's be serious. So, yeah, it is what it is. Martinelli won't start because Arteta doesn't like him. This is a good thing for Chelsea, and it probably is. I think Martinelli's a good player.
Always stands up against us, does he not? Always. So I'm okay with that.
Exactly. Let's get to 20 likes, people. The link will be in the chat soon as well. We will release the link for you to come in and have your say. We're going to go through some of the team news. We're going to go through a little build-up of who me and Lounge would play as the team, the 11 to play Wednesday. There was a lot of discussions on Monster Stream earlier when we was talking about who thinks is going to come in, come out, etc., etc. So make sure you tune in for that, and then you can come in, tell us what you would do with the formations, what you think the scores will be as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I believe we are mentally stronger and don't think they can break us down. On paper, if you look at the way Tuchel's setting us up and how he set us up, that shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't have issues defending and being strong, from the back. So we'll have to see what happens there. Xhaka scoring a rocket in the top corner whilst Kante went missing. I know who I'd rather have. Do you know the answer, Lambs?
Josh, you're the only person in the whole universe who thinks that. Next.
There you go. There you go. How many players do we need in the summer and who? I think we need
2 or 3, no more.
maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, 2 or 3 potentially in the right areas. If we lose, it will be. But listen, if we lose, if we lose, not only have we got to face Josh, not only have we got to deal with Josh and his bullshit, I will have a gal after me. I'll have the whole Arsenal community messaging me on Twitter. It would be horrendous. It would be. But still, at the end of the day, we're still above them. If we lost against Arsenal and won the FA Cup, I'd still be happy. If I had to choose.
What's so funny, Jem? Do you know what's so funny about what you just said? Like, and they will actually do that because they have no shame, and it'll be embarrassing. It'll be embarrassing that they will have the chest. They would have the chest to actually boast and brag that they beat us when it means nothing. It means nothing. So, Arsenal fans, if you do happen to beat us and you are bragging that you beat us, take a good, hard, long look at
yourselves.
Season that you've had, if you're bragging about that, it's embarrassing.
That'll be the highlight of their season, Lambs. If they beat us, that would be the highlight. Beating Chelsea back to back for Arsenal fans would be their highlight. That would be the thing that they'd be like, "Oh my God, we beat you. This is why we're the best team in London. We did tell you this before." Hang on, where are you in the position? Where are you in the league? 10th. We're at Chelsea. Oh yeah, but we're still better than you. That's
Third.
We're third best team in the Champions League final, which you guys haven't ever been able to do, other than a long time ago when you should have won it and Barcelona ended up doing it. Other than that, you've not even won a European trophy. When we go into the Europa League, we win the Europa League. That is true. Every time Chelsea have been in the Europa League, they've gone on and won it that season. They don't ever get knocked out. It's just saying.
I'm also just saying, isn't it sweet how, talking of that Champions League final, the person who ruined it for you by getting themselves sent off has now been fired for being a racist. Cheers. Life is good. Life is good.
Yeah. Josh says Arteta is hungry to make the elite club serial winners. Watch this space. Arteta cannot even make you elite, mate. Arteta's making you look like a blimmin' Burnley. No, sorry, that's disrespectful to them, actually. Sheffield United.
Burnley can actually defend.
Yeah, Sheffield United. Mate, I don't even know why you're comparing yourself to them. You're not any better than them. Josh, Xhaka ain't even better than John Joe Shelby, is what Velv says on that one. I hate playing Arsenal, man. They are our bogey team. And Hamid, you're right, bro. Big up to my guy, TT High. I always see him on Twitter. He joins me on my space. Yeah, honestly, he's right. For some weird reason, we have this. And not at home, though. All I'd say is when we're away, we struggle. When we're at home, we deal with them. As a rule, we usually beat them. We usually beat them when we're at home. It's just when we're away, FA Cup finals, things like that. They used to just have a one-up on us. I don't know why and how they've got one-up on us, but they have one-up on us each and every time. But what I want to do, guys, please smash that like button. Let's get to 20 likes as quickly as possible. We're 20-odd away from that magic 1K. When we hit that 1K, the giveaway will be over on Instagram, which is in our description below. So go to the Instagram page, which is in the description. Follow our GNA TV page over there. And Lambs will be uploading some stuff once we get to that point of what we'll be doing and how you can get involved in the giveaway for GNA. Also, just to keep you in the loop, because there's a lot of Chelsea here as well, we will be doing this Sunday something very unique, hosted by the great one and only Lambs over here. Chelsea versus Barcelona women's final, Champions League final, sorry. She will be hosting it. She may have one or two other people with her as well to go through it. So make sure that you tune in for that Sunday evening at 8 o'clock, which is going to be a big, big one. And we're looking forward to it. Hopefully the ladies can bring back that European trophy for us as well. Burnley are unbeaten versus Arsenal. That is true. That is actually true, bro. That is actually true. Let's get up this.
Jem, you almost disrespected Burnley like that. Oh God.
No, that's what I said. I can't be saying it's like that. That's not fair, is it? Obviously, we still got tomorrow as well. We don't play till Wednesday. The only update we've got in terms of injuries is that Mateo Kovacic is still a major doubt with his thigh injury. The possible return date for him may be not the Arsenal game. It's going to probably maybe the Leicester, not the FA Cup game, but the game after, is what I've heard. So Mateo Kovacic may return into Chelsea's game, but it won't be for the next 2 games at least. And Krusty the Clown, Andreas Christensen, is out with a hamstring injury. The return date's not been confirmed yet, as the Chelsea board haven't mentioned anything as of yet in terms of his injury. But with a hamstring, it could be anything. I think he's out for the rest of the season, if you want my honest opinion. If it's because he looked like he was in serious pain with that. He could potentially recover, they're saying, for the Champions League final on May the 29th. So yeah, a couple of weeks from now is the next time you might see him come back into this game. We haven't got any suspensions whatsoever as well, so we go into this game with a full squad barring Christensen and Kovacic. So it's going to be an interesting one. There'll probably be some more updates tomorrow, which again I'm sure we can share at some point. We are going to go through the team lineups very soon, and then we will release the link in the chat for you guys as well to come and have your say. One-footed Kante better than Xhaka is what Daniel says here. Xhaka will show Cho an average man who really is generational. You made me just have to have a drink after that. Listen to that.
Same here.
Josh, I agree Saka is better than Cho, but come on, he ain't better than Mount, and it's not generational, is what Velv says. I ain't even going to get into it because these guys are going to be going back and forwards all this time. All I know is that we need to get to 20 likes. People, share on your socials. Share on your socials, please. Right, let's go through the teams. Let's go through what we think Tuchel's going to do, Lambs. Yeah, let's do it.
Let us do that.
Get involved as well, people. I want to know your 1 to 11 for the game against Arsenal. Put it in the chat, and we'll bring them up at the end. And then we'll release the link for you guys to come in and have your say and get involved with us as well. The reason I think Mendy will start is because I think Kepa's going to start the final. I don't know what you think, Lambs.
The FA Cup final. Yes. He has played all the FA Cup final games. At the end of the day, I think, we know Mendy is our league and Champions League goalkeeper. So Mendy will stay in. I know there's going to be rotation, but like you said, with the FA Cup final head, Mendy will be in for sure. So that's going to be the same.
Mendy is our goalie for this game. And then we're going to go to I've got the wrong formation there, haven't I? I've got 4 at the back here. Why have I got 4
at the back? At the back, Jem.
I've got 4-3-3. I did stick 3-4-1-2. That's no, it's not even that. Where is it? 3-4-2-1. That's it.
Yeah, see, it's hard to find.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. 3-4-2-1 is what we got here. Right centre back. What we going for? A lot of people saying Zuma's going to play, and there's a potential that they reckon he might play right centre back. I just don't see that.
Zuma's going to play. I don't think he's going to play in the right. I think he's going to play in the left, same as last time. I think Azpilicueta will stay there as well. Because I think Reece James will play as a wing back, to be honest. And then we'll probably have Alonso as the other wing back. I think he'll maybe keep his place. Or maybe Emerson will get a start. I don't know, because the guy doesn't really get too many minutes with us. Emerson, does he? No.
Not really, no. I just picked
probably Alonso, yeah.
Fair enough. I think Aspie will play. If Zuma comes in, I think he will come in the middle. That's where I think he might come. But then, do you play Thiago Silva now, or do you play him for the weekend?
I would still play Thiago Silva because remember, he was out for a while with that injury. So I think giving him minutes can only help, polish him off a little bit ahead of those finals coming up, which he's going to be critical for.
Where do you think Zuma gets into this team then? Do you think he gets in? There's a lot of people, when I was on Monster Channel earlier, they were saying that they think Zuma will come into the middle of the 3 and Thiago Silva will be rested for the Saturday game?
So
I
then,
don't think so.
but then, yeah,
But
that's what I'm thinking. So who? So does that mean what?
Aspie gets a break. He plays right centre. I just don't see that. Do you? I
That's
don't
what
see
I
him.
don't. I really don't at all. Because I'm just thinking, what are you being? What are you being rested for?
It don't make any sense to me. I did pick the runs.
Yeah, the final's a while away. The FA Cup is the FA Cup, but surely we need players to be kind of sharp for this as well. I think we only rest those players who really, really have been overplayed, or we really, really can't afford any injury to them. But so I don't see any reason why. Actually, I don't know, because Christensen's now injured. Is Thiago Silva somebody we can afford to risk? Because if he's injured, then we're fucked, aren't
Yeah,
we?
facts, yeah, and you don't want to lose him for a Champions League final, and that's what I'm worried about. Can we?
He'll play in both finals, that's for sure. He'll be in there in both finals. He'll be there against Leicester too.
But the fact that Christensen's injured, it's given us more. I think it's put more onus on Thiago Silva to actually have to come in and play. It's just that you don't want to. You don't want him to go against Arsenal and get injured and he's out for the rest of the season, and then you're limited to Zuma, Rudiger, and Aspie, and then it becomes a bit of an issue. But even then, we can't really question Tuchel because he's been getting the best out of whoever comes in and who plays at the moment anyway, to be fair. So, Hamidou's saying rest Rudiger for the final, but did Rudiger not play against Man City? I'm not even sure. Did Rudiger play against Man City?
Yeah, he did. He played with them.
I reckon it could potentially be like this then. If that's the case, you might see that. Maybe. Or you switch Zuma with Rudiger and you play just the Rudiger, Aspie and Silva, or you play Zuma in the middle next to Rudiger and Aspie. That's the only other option. I don't know. We'll leave it to the viewers.
We don't really have that many much rotation in terms of our centre backs. So lucky that most of them have turned up since Tuchel has arrived. But if we lose one or two key ones, we're kind of screwed,
We should play our B team again against Arsenal. They will probably do the job. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Whoever we bring on usually brings us it brings a good performance so far. So yeah, Wayne, we appreciate that, mate. Thank you for sharing.
Personally, I would stick with that back three. Yeah, thank you very much, Wayne. I'd stick with that back three. What about you, Jem? Is there something else you'd?
I like that. I think Rudiger can have the rest. I think Rudiger he played against Man City. I reckon Zuma can do a job providing he's next to a leader in Thiago Silva. So I think having Thiago Silva next to him, you might actually be able to get away with Zuma playing off in the right. If he's going to play anywhere else, it would be in the middle. But then obviously you have no Thiago Silva, and can we really not play without Thiago Silva against Arsenal? Probably. But do you want to take that risk? I don't know. But we'll move on. We'll move on to the midfield. Who's playing right wing back? Are we going straight up for a Reece James, or is there a chance for maybe a Callum? What would you do?
I would actually give Callum Hudson. I would. I did this I did this on my first ever live stream on my channel last night. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody who tuned in, by the way. And I was talking about giving Billy Gilmore and Callum Hudson-Odoi more chances, not even just for the start of next season, especially in the Carabao Cup competitions and the FA Cup competitions as well, and even maybe Champions League group stage competitions. But even towards the back end of the season, because we know we've got the finals coming up, most of these remaining league games, bar the Leicester one, I think after the Leicester one, it'll pretty much be clear whether we're safely going to be in the top four or it's going to go down to the wire. So I think why not give Callum Hudson-Odoi, Billy Gilmore more chances? This is the perfect game to do so. He's not going to start. He's not going to start the finals. Yeah. So for me, my vote is definitely for Callum Hudson-Odoi.
I think Reece James will probably come in, but I wouldn't mind Callum Hudson-Odoi playing against Arsenal. I think we could get away with it. I think we could get away with not having a Reece James in there, to be honest. But would he do that? I'm not sure. I mean, on Mighty Blue says, I feel that Cho will play on the left wing, is what he's saying. There's a good chance Cho could play one of the three up front. We will get to that.
He could play on the left and Reece could play on the right. I would still be okay with that. I think that's still good, because what I don't want to see is Callum Hudson-Odoi playing on the right and Alonso on the left, to be honest, or Callum Hudson-Odoi playing on the left and them trying to put somebody else who's definitely not a left wing back in that left wing back position, because this is a good time. Obviously, Chilwell won't play. I think he will be rested. He should be rested. So that's not a bad shout. If
We
you're
can
going to
get to that. We can get to
put in
yeah.
Reece James and Hudson-Odoi in those wing back positions, that's not a bad shout for this game, to be honest. And then if worse comes to worse, we have options on the bench. So
All right, so let's do Reece James. Let's do Reece James right centre back. Yeah.
yeah.
And then if on this side, I said about Hudson-Odoi playing here, and everyone thought I was mad. I went, no, it won't happen. He won't do it. He's never done it. They got a point. Like, don't get me wrong. Is there a chance that Alonso, after his goal against Man City, could get an opportunity again? Has he managed to find a way where he can just play now, and maybe we can rest Chilwell, or does Chilwell come back in?
The thing is, against anybody else, I would say no. But this is against Arsenal. They're not exactly fast-paced team. Like they're really quite slow. They kind of take their time to get out the back. Do you know what I mean? Like they really do take their time to play the ball out the front. Because they're so insistent on playing the ball out the back, even though they're not really good at it. And they're slow-paced as well. It takes them a while to kind of get in that game. So maybe playing Alonso wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. But I still would like to see Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi in those wing backs.
I think Agal would want to see Alonso more than Chilwell.
Bet he will.
I'd rather see Chilwell because Alonso can score goals.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you not want Chilwell's? Is harder to. He's a better defender. It will be a lot more balance with him in the team.
I think your problem is going to be actually finishing. So I'd rather have less finishers on the pitch.
Okay.
So having Alonso to me is more of a threat offensively, and that's what you guys are lacking at times.
Okay. We will get into Arsenal again. I'm just quickly flying through these team lineups. Who do you think will play in the middle, Lambs?
For me, personally, I want to see Jorginho and Billy Gilmore there. I think we saw that they worked really quite well together against City in the second half. I know Billy Gilmore took a while to grow into the game, but he is one of those players that strikes me as like, I'm growing into the game. Oh my God, sorry, my neighbour's car alarm is going off and it's really annoying. Okay,
Can't hear it.
Thank God. I think it looks a lot more settled when he came on with Jorginho. I think they complement each other more than with Kante. However, I still think he can learn a lot from Kante as well. But that was a partnership that seemed to do the job. And against City, who I rate as a better opposition, like their midfield is way better than Arsenal's midfield, in my opinion, even though it was their B team.
I hear that. Billy Gilmore, Jorginho. I've got a feeling that Tuchel will play N'Golo Kante. I know people keep saying, no, he can't, but that and the other.
There's two
weird feeling. I know, I agree, but I just don't see. If anything, I actually see an N'Golo Kante Gilmore more than a Jorginho Gilmore in this game. I don't know why. Did N'Golo Kante start against Man City? He did, didn't he?
He did, yeah, but he took him off, and I think we should rest him. And if that midfield really looks like it's getting overrun, then put him on as a substitute. If worse comes to worse, but Jem, we have 2 finals. We actually have incentive. Unlike
I get that. Yeah. I do get that.
We need to rest our players for important games.
Jorginho looks after Gilmore in the game so well when he comes on, is what C1 London says as well. A front three. Who are we going for the front three then?
I think this is a game for Ziyech to start, I think, for sure. Because Monk should be rested. So Ziyech I would go for as well. In terms of the final person, I'm not too sure. I'll leave that for you.
Pulisic. I actually think Pulisic will come into this game. I actually think Mason Mount will play. I think Hakim Ziyech will play in the final. That's what I think. I think that's what he's going to do. But I reckon it'll be something like that. And I think Timo Werner should be rested. I think Timo Werner needs to have a break. The amount of games he's played as well. We could get away with Kai Havertz and Pulisic and Ziyech coming in and doing the job. Gal, you look at that 1-11. Does that worry you in any way? See any weaknesses if that was to be Chelsea's team on Wednesday?
Do you think you're going to play Thiago Silva? Would you not rather play Rudiger?
If Rudiger plays, that means Zuma's going in the middle and Thiago Zuma's going in the middle and Thiago's Rudiger going on the left. Thiago Silva will be on the bench. So it'd be something like this. It'd be more like
That's what I think's gonna happen.
Rudiger here. So you do something like that with Zuma there. This is a possibility. This is something I think could happen. Only because we've got the final on Saturday against Leicester. But
you don't know why I say this would happen, because then when you are attacking, Alonso can be more high. Alonso can stay higher up the pitch. James can be more of a left. James can be more of a right back, and Azpilicueta could end up on the left at points, covering as a left center back.
Yeah,
and
potentially.
It will give you more balance. But of course, I don't want to give you guys more balance.
No, I hear that. People, we'll put the link in the chat very soon, and we're going to talk to a gal. I want to talk a bit about Arsenal as well, because we do talk. I know we talk a lot about Chelsea here, but I want to get a gal's thoughts on his team coming up against us, what he feels is going to happen in the game. Please smash the like button. There's nearly 30 odd of you here, which we appreciate always. We're nearly at 1K as well. We're 23 subs off 1K, so let's help us get to the 1K mark as well.
Oh, people. You can get that right now. We just need people to smash the like and subscribe.
Yeah, please smash the likes and subscribe. We appreciate it massively. Hey, Gal, how are you feeling going into this game? Do you feel like there's a chance that Arsenal can potentially get a win? And if so, where are Arsenal going to be able to win it against Chelsea?
Honestly, there's no pressure. So with no pressure comes a more relaxed, easier game for us. Because if we win, it's great. Bragging rights for the fans, the players, you know what I mean? But the moment there's no pressure on these guys, what do? They relax. They show the best of their abilities. They show that they can play. And for Chelsea, you shouldn't be playing a team that's 10th in the table. You should be playing a team that you still should be fearful of in a certain degree. I'm not saying be fearful of the players and be fearful of the situation that we've been in all season. Be fearful that you guys could still be turned over on any given Sunday based on the team, because the team is still has quality. It's just they haven't shown it throughout the season.
Yeah,
and you should still put respect on the players' names, because they do have something to play for. They have their own pride to play for. They have their own future to play for, and they have their own Arteta and the management. If they are still all here next season, these guys are playing for their short-term future and their long-term future, be it at this club or at the next.
Look, Arsenal have become a bit of a bogey team for Chelsea. As much as we don't like to admit it, you guys do sometimes manage to get the one up on us. The only thing I would say is that when we're at home, we usually tend to beat you. It's only when we're playing away or the FA Cup finals is when you usually get one up on us, or you beat us moving into them games. I think Arsenal can be dangerous because they've got nothing to lose. When I was speaking to Monster earlier on his stream, he seemed to think that Arsenal have nothing to play for. So Chelsea should be more up for it. I think Arsenal could be a bit more dangerous because they actually haven't got anything to play for at the moment. They're fearless. They can just go out there. There's no
Do
pressure.
we though? I'm not saying we're going to catch Tottenham. I'm not saying we're going to catch any of these guys. And I don't even want to be in the European Conference League or anything like that. But it's only 4 points. There's 3 games. Realistically, it's catchable. But we need a lot of luck to go our way.
Can you get into Europe? How far are you from
4 points?
Is it 4 points? I thought it was a bit more than that. Okay.
Is it 4 points or is it 2 points?
I don't know, mate. You need to tell. I'll have to check. Let me check this. Let me check.
So 7th place is Europe, right? We're currently in 9th. How much points separate us and the team that's in 6th?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
I'm not saying we're going to go up the table. I'm just saying if you get a lot of luck your way, you could still get higher up the table. And people making it seem like we're not playing for nothing. We are playing for something. We're playing for bragging rights, one.
You're sitting in 9th. Obviously, Everton has still got a game in hand as well. 52 points. You're 3 points behind Everton, and you're 4 points off Spurs. So, yeah, you're not miles behind, are you? Let's be serious. It is achievable.
And who are we playing too? You have to factor that in. We're playing Chelsea. We play Crystal Palace, and I think we play Brighton. Am I wrong?
I think you've got Chelsea, Palace, and Brighton. Yeah, your last 3 games. I mean, the last 2 are easily winnable, aren't they? You could win all 3 of these. You could surprise us and beat us, and then beat Palace and beat Brighton, and that could be your 9
Such an
points.
Arsenal thing to do, man.
But you
It
know
would
what's
be.
so crazy? It's not even like in their hands. They would still need other teams above them to drop points. So I get it. I get
They're
it.
not 5 points off, Lord Zola. I think they're 4, bro. They are 4 off on this
Yeah,
one.
they are 4 points.
Chilwell over Tierney is what Daniel says all day.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Tierney is one
Oh.
of those few players from Arsenal that I actually do rate, and I think he is one of their best players, and I think he could have had an even better season if it wasn't for those injuries. But he's somebody that I do actually really, really rate. When I think about our left back situation before, like the cost that obviously we paid double the price for Chilwell. Tierney actually wasn't a bad option in hindsight, so he is somebody I rate very, very highly.
People, please smash that like button. Let's get to 30 likes, please. We appreciate it massively. And if you're new to GNA TV, please subscribe as well. Chelsea need 4 points to get to solidify themselves in top 4 position. So, I think we've still got some hard games. Beating Arsenal tomorrow and then playing, I think Leicester would be our next game. We've got Leicester twice, FA Cup and in the Premier League, and then Aston Villa. So it's doable for Chelsea as well. It can be done. I think winning against Man City's really put us in a good position anyway. It's definitely going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting.
I think for this question, it's quite straightforward. It's Saka, Kieran Tierney, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Even though Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has not been firing today, he has been one of our better players.
Is that based on this season, Miguel? Or are you basing that overall?
Listen, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, based on this season, having a poor run of form, still has more goals than majority of the team, except for Lacazette, has more goals than majority of players in the league.
He has more goals than Timo Werner, so I'm going to let this one slide.
Yeah, it's not much we can say about that, is it?
Listen, Danny Ings' great season is Aubameyang's poor season. Cavani is having this great season, still has less goals than Aubameyang. Let's be real.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. And do you know what?
Very right.
Why how many games has Aubameyang played for us all season? He's been dropped in quite a lot though, isn't he, Agal? He's not been playing.
You know what's been going on with him, man? It's not that he's been dropped. He went to go see his mom, literally ill in bed in Portugal. He flew over to Portugal to go see his mom. He had malaria, so he got dropped because of that. He also had the situation where he had to quarantine when he came back from seeing his mom. Also had a situation with his own health issues, right? Which I already just mentioned, and his bad run of form. Also had disciplinary issues where he had to be dropped because of his being late.
Before malaria, he had COVID, right, as well.
Yeah, so it's mad. Also, you know why he got COVID? He got COVID, I think, because he was on the. Forget about even how he got COVID. The man was literally in an airport, slept in an airport on international duty with Gabon.
Really? Blimey now.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So this season has been mad for him as an individual.
The Gal formation in Arsenal going for, do you think, against Chelsea?
Back four. We're not changing it.
Yeah. What is it? A 4-4-2, 4-1-2-1-2? What sort of formation?
4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
4-2-3-1 is what Igal says. Any Arsenal fans in the chat? Let know what your team lineups are from 1 to 11. Igal's going to give his now. Igal, who's in goal? Is it Leno? I'm assuming.
No, just do 4-2-3. Just do a 4-3-3 because that kind of looks off. We don't play that kind of system.
All right, cool. 4-3-3, yeah.
Yeah, just do
4-3-3.
There's usually about 2 holding midfielders next to each
That's
other.
perfect.
That's
fine. That's fine. It's 4-3-3, but it's with an attacking. But so what's gonna happen is you're gonna have the middle. You're gonna have the defense. You're gonna have Rob Holding and Gabriel. Gabriel's gonna be on the left. Rob Holding is gonna be on the right. David Luiz is not healthy. Pablo Mari's injured, so they're not gonna start.
Why does Gabriel deserve a start over Mari? Is he injured?
Mari's injured, man.
Oh, is he? All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Where is he? There he is. Just right in there, Gabriel. Yeah. And then what we're going for the
right back is going to be Chambers.
Is it though? Because it seems like Bellerin.
It could be actually Cedric, but I think it's going to be Chambers.
Okay.
I think we're going to go with Cedric on the left, maybe.
It's Tierney.
Because I think Cedric might get game this game. But this is me guessing based on tweets and stuff that's been coming out in the last couple of minutes. If you guys haven't seen, Cedric put out an emotional tweet saying he'll fight for the club, this, that. Thomas Partey is going to be Thomas Partey is probably going to play. Next to him is good.
Party.
Next to him is going to be Elneny.
What, on the right? Yeah, Elneny on the right.
It's more like a double pivot with Smith Rowe ahead of them.
Oh right, okay. Well, people will get it anyway, won't they, when they see it? Smith Rowe. Okay, cool. And then what are you going for your front three?
Okay. I don't know why you picked that one, but then.
Sorry, mate. I just picked out what one. Done this with Billy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just trolling. Because I seen you did the same thing for Gilmore too. So it's.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I'm just.
It's the first one there.
Oh, this one. Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Okay, and then Aubameyang, I feel like we'll start this game. Saka's going to be on the right, and Pepe most likely on the left. That's at least what I would go with.
Who's on the right? Pepe.
Saka.
Saka.
Although Pepe played amazing on the they rotate during the game anyways.
Pepe's kind of stepped up in recent games for you guys ago. Would you not?
Pepe has underrated season. He has 17 plus goal involvements this season.
There you go. And I mean, do you feel like Pepe's starting to show you Arsenal fans what he's about more so? I know he's been a bit of a flop since he's been here, but are you seeing the light with him? Do you think he deserves to?
He's really good at a couple of things, right? He's good at cutting in using his left foot from the right hand side, and he's also good at understanding what distance to cue that shot up from. The problem with him is there's times where his dribbling ability is not on point. He's not able to dribble past defenders properly. He's not able to take one-on-ones, and he's not able to rip defenders on a regular basis. It's almost he loses the ball behind him. Where Saka's finishing ability has let him down a lot this season. He would have scored a plethora of more goals if he had the finish ability. It's almost like Saka has the composure and Pepe has the shooting ability. Saka's shooting is not there right now, but Pepe's composure and ability to hold the ball and overall footballing intelligence is not on the level.
Does Willian not get in his team after scoring?
Willian does not get in this team, in my opinion. Willian's Willian. What do you expect from him? He's inconsistent. And he is everything you guys were screaming. I did not understand why you guys were complaining about a guy who scores 10 goals and 10 assists, but he's a stat pattern. He gets goals in bunches, he gets assists in bunches, and then he goes missing for the rest of the season.
It's Josh. Josh is a Arsenal fan. He's quite a troll in GNA TV. He's always here, bigging up Arsenal constantly every time. He says Partey and Elneny it's over for Chelsea, is what he's
most
saying.
likely they will start though, unfortunately, because listen to this. You have Granit Xhaka still injured. Dani Ceballos, I don't want him starting, and I think Partey is going to start. So I don't see Dani Ceballos starting again, but we'll see.
Igal, who worries you from the Chelsea team? Is there any individual players that you look at and you think if we don't keep them quiet, we could potentially be in a bit of trouble?
With who in the Arsenal team?
Chelsea team. Who are you like not scared of, but who do you fear?
I fear Arsenal, bro. I don't fear Chelsea. Listen, I fear my team. My team brings more fear into our own hearts. Look at that defense. Rob Holding will cause us issues by the way he plays. Leno will cause us issues. Our midfield will get bypassed at times. We are our own worst enemy. I get it that you have good attackers in Kai Havertz, in Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, all these other guys, right? But realistically, I've said it against Burnley. I've said it against Crystal Palace. I've said it against Man City. I fear Arsenal more than I fear my opponent because we are our own worst enemy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't get me wrong. There's a lot of times where you just do the most dumbest pass out, or you give a ball away in a bad position and you lose a game.
Underrated.
Or you start with a false nine.
Chambers is underrated, but let's not compare him to Reece James. Let's not do that.
Dizzy says Tuchel worries him. fans are now worried. Rival fans are now worried of our manager, not individual players. They're worried about the
Do you
manager.
know what, Gal? I actually agree with the statement from Dizzy. I think Dizzy's also an Arsenal fan as well.
Yeah, he is.
Because
Comedian.
with the same group of players that's in the Chelsea squad, he slapped us 3-1. So it's not the squad of players; it's the manager that's changed, and the manager who's much more intelligent than the previous one in charge. Maybe he's got a point. Maybe that's the only thing about Chelsea that should worry you, because the players, it's the same players that you beat us 3-1 in, right?
If everyone tells me that he's a tactical masterclass against Man City and the genius that he is, what makes you think that we're gonna have a chance with the manager we have in charge?
That's true.
If Pep is getting outclassed by him, I'm not making fun of my manager. I'm just saying, if people are saying that about Pep,
when are we going to start talking about Thomas Partey being a flop, Gal?
Okay, we're gonna start talking about Thomas Partey being a flop when his career at Arsenal has completely gone down the drain and he's basically out of the team.
Fair enough. You heard it there. Gal, what's your expectations for next season? Have you got
Talk to me after the transfer window. I can't really give you expectations on something. I don't know what's gonna happen.
First time on the channel from Mo. Mo, nice to see you here, bro. Please subscribe. Be one of the new subscribers. That helps us get Please do that.
Yeah.
Please do that. The best tactic.
Lambs, you know what you should do? You should share this on Instagram. Let people know we're live.
Yeah, Lambs has shared it on.
Oh, I did, but I can do it. I can do it again now whilst we're actually live.
Yeah, do it. Hey, Jem. How is life? Not bad, Emil. Not bad. The pineapple sign.
I like your glasses.
Yeah, we got a load of people in the back already. Why is
the pineapple again? That's your logo now. You should literally change your Twitter handle to pineapple.
The pineapple army now. I've just got to learn to embrace it. That's what I'm doing.
Pineapple army.
I love that.
That's what I called it. The pineapple army. That's what I call it. Why is Laka is a better midfielder than most of Arsenal midfielders? I don't believe that.
Yo, he's a DM. He's literally a DM. He can't score, but he does everything.
First time on the channel as well. Manny, please subscribe, my man. Please subscribe. Right,
Take your time with it.
Wayne's here. Wayne is in the house. How you doing, Wayne? You all right?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
Is this Wayne Bridge?
No, I'm not that lucky. No, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, not bad, bro. How you been? You all right?
Yeah, busy. My sister's wedding this week, so I've been quite active at the moment.
Congratulations to her.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. How are you feeling about the game, Wayne? What worries you the most? Huh?
Nothing. What, Tuchel?
Yeah. Anything worry you?
I just think, obviously, talking about earlier, it's something what you didn't mention. I think, obviously, for me, it's a shout. Last season, we had Lamptey play, didn't we? And he ripped Arsenal apart on that side, right? But we've got another youngster, Livramento, who's even better than Lamptey. I think he deserves his opportunity at right wing back.
Really?
What the hell is that?
It's Timo Werner's lawyer. It's his solicitor. His attorney at law.
Timo Werner's lawyer is here. Timo, what's going on, Timo?
I thought that was actually somebody's face. I didn't realize it was to person.
That was classic. Really classic. But Wayne, obviously we got a bit pretty embarrassed by Gal's Arsenal back in December. We was touted to give him an absolute whopping 3-4-0. You know, the Chelsea fans, I feel, have got that same confidence again at the moment under Tuchel. We don't seem to look like we're worried about anything. Is there anything that worries you about Arsenal? Is there anything at all?
Yeah, they've got quality players. I rate Tierney. I think if he doesn't start, then they're stupid because he's probably the best supplier. I think Smith Rowe and Saka and Odegaard, I think if they link up well, that could bother us because obviously they've got youngsters who've got quick feet. But to be honest, the only person that worries me if he plays tomorrow is Zuma. Because Zuma does have these mistakes. Fortunately, Zuma's been making silly mistakes here and there at the moment. And that worries me.
Yeah. I mean, look, Zuma. I've said this about Zuma, right? And this is, and I really do believe this, and I don't hear any Chelsea fan really bring it up. But when Zuma was playing in the back four, where he was playing next to a Thiago Silva, we was touting him as being like, having one of his best seasons under Chelsea, playing really well next to him. It suited him, And then Tuchel comes in and he switches into a back three. Now, what we all know is that Zuma's not a good distributor. When you're asked to play in a back three, and especially under Tuchel, you're asked to play the ball out. Now, you're asking Zuma, who we know his weakness is playing out, is to do that. Do you know what I mean? If we switch to back four, does Christensen walk in and put in the same levels of performances as he does in the back three? I don't think he does. Because why? I don't think he does. I think what I'm trying to get at is we're not playing to his strengths. So his weaknesses are more clearer because we know that he can't distribute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people are like, so that's the thing, for me with Zuma. Yeah, he's not the greatest. He can panic on the ball. He can be quite, he can be quite rash in many ways. But when he's next to someone that's a leader, Thiago Silva, we saw it under John Terry. Wayne, when he came under John Terry, next to him, he had a very good season as well. He can put in good performances. It just depends what you're asking your defense to do. Does that make sense? And under Tuchel, he wants them to play it out, and that's just not his game.
But the thing is, I was watching something the other day, and I've obviously get ready for the game. I always watch highlights.
Yeah.
And all I can remember is Jobber just stack packing them and just beating them up every time, Jobber. And that's what I want back now. I want that with Havertz. I want Havertz just to go in there and just beat them up and score those goals. And Arsenal will be like, oh no, we can't play Chelsea because they got Havertz. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, every time we played them, Jobber just beat them up every time.
Listen, Kai Havertz is not bullying nobody. Let's be real. If he's going to do something, he's going to do something silky. That's not his style of play. His style of play is to work around you. He's not somebody who's going to come into you and try to body you.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying I want him to beat.
That's like me saying Dennis Bergkamp
like,
was somebody who's going to bully you. He wasn't going to bully you. He was just going to make you look silly by what going around you.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I want, because I think Havertz is the most underrated player in the Premier League.
What?
Man's
No,
worth
come
72
on,
million, came from Germany, generational talent. No way on earth you can call somebody like that underrated. I'm sorry.
No, I believe, it's my opinion, in the Premier League, he's the most underrated player because he don't get spoken about much. I know what he's been through, but everyone talks about
calling him a flop. He's right. You're absolutely right. People are calling him a flop, and he's not. What he's done,
way more underrated.
So-called flop season has been phenomenal for a 21-year-old generational talent.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, and that's why I think he's underrated. If it was Fernandes, everyone would be saying Fernandes is brilliant, all that. If it was Saka, same thing. I'm saying it for a Chelsea fan, Havertz is the most underrated player in the Premier League. And when he does start hitting it properly, he's going to show that he's probably the best player in the Premier League.
For me,
he's not shown nothing yet.
Iheanacho is the definition of someone who's underrated. Maybe disrespected, but not underrated.
Why?
Iheanacho's on 16 goals.
I don't think it's underrated. You think
when you're on 16 goals and you're a striker for Leicester, scoring as many goals as some of the top strikers in the league, you should be considered underrated.
But he's also underachieved as well when you think about it.
Hey,
hasn't he? You think about it.
Whatever way you want to put it, I think you can't. That's his opinion. I'm not going to make fun of your opinion, but I'm just going to say I feel like the definition of underrated and Kai Havertz cannot be in the same sentence. When you overhype a player so much and he underperforms, he was underperforming.
I agree.
He's not underrated.
I want to say something about Kai Havertz.
Nacho's had his moment, man. That's about it.
With Kai Havertz, right? He came in when he had COVID. He was out for a couple of weeks. We don't know what the implications are of COVID. For a lot of people, they found it. I know Paul Pogba, when he had it and he come in, struggled to get back into the game quickly as well. Havertz then had injuries. He wasn't really in. We're only seeing the best of Havertz now because he's managed to bring up his fitness and for our luck, saying he's actually having good games going into the end of the season. He's actually picking up his performances at the clutch end of a season where we've got 2 finals to go into. And he is becoming, for me, a player that has to start for Chelsea. I think he needs to be playing. Him, Mount, Him and Mount are starters for me, and then between Werner and Pulisic and whatever, they switch around, they rotate. I would play Havertz. I think Havertz gives us so much when he's on the pitch, but that's my opinion on it. But Fada, what are you saying about the Arsenal and Chelsea game, bro?
Yeah, I can't lie. In terms of top 4 race, we do need.
What?
In terms of top 4 race, yeah. Hold on, calm down, jeez. In terms of top 4 race, we do need 4 points to secure the top 4, and I feel like on Wednesday's game, yeah, it's more to the fact that it's a personal pride, and we want to revenge of what happened in December, and I can guarantee it won't be like a straightforward game just because we haven't got that front 3 clicking. But yeah, man, I'm confident Tuchel gonna rotate the squad, and yeah, let's hope that we can get a 3 points. It's a massive, important 3 points if we get them in terms of top 4. But yeah,
we need it. We literally need 4 points, boys. 4 points to confirm our Champions League positions as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Velv's here. I don't know why he's got a picture of Tammy, and then he's saying he's Tammy's lawyer. Why have you all of a sudden become Tammy's lawyer? What's going on?
He wants
I
him
have
as
a personal affiliation with
You want
the
him?
Timo Werner lawyer.
You can have him. Seriously.
Give us Tammy. Yeah, give us Tammy. I'll take him a little.
He's
Over
the
that
new
dusty waste man,
Divock
Firmino.
Origi.
He's a new Divock Origi. They like that
No,
kind
at
of
least
guy.
Tammy works hard, man. Origi does not.
No.
Yeah, Tammy's got a fair amount of goals, hasn't he? Like 6 goals or something. I mean, it's not a lot, but like when you consider how little he's played, it's not bad.
I don't know whether
He's
that's
Come on.
He's got 15 goals and like
opposite
4
of
assists.
Divock Origi, man. He what's it called? He turns up in the smaller games, but when it comes to the big games and that, man, like I can't remember him scoring in a big game in that, man. So Divock Origi he didn't used to do much in the smaller games, but to turn up with some big goals and then just faded
Scored
away,
like
Yeah,
a
let me
man.
ask you this:
final,
what are
but
your
that's
what are
about
your
it.
summer transfer targets? Or are you guys not looking that far ahead?
we do need alongside a DM, a proper DM. I would
You'll
say.
get Rabiot, mate. Tuchel wants Rabiot.
And,
You're getting Rabiot.
Probably a striker as well.
I don't think we need much. I just think we need little tweaks here and there.
You need a lot. You need a lot.
I think we need a
personally
backup
think-
winger.
We're like few players away from challenging the title race.
I truly think we've got enough players in the squad who's on loan as well, who deserves opportunity in the first team. That we should, I think, we'd be all right next year. I think with a couple of players, I think we'd be all right. I don't think we need the main striker,
Yeah.
and then we might need a DM. But other than that, I can't really think of much what else we need.
I think we need
Maybe
I
a
agree.
backup winger, fourth choice
We
winger.
need a
Yeah,
centre
I
back.
agree with Ryan as well. I think we need a backup winger. I think we need a DM, and I think do not be surprised if we don't get a striker or end up going and get a Sancho or someone, and we just rely on Werner.
I feel like
hope
Roman
Chelsea
would
buy
just.
Sancho.
No.
I hope not. Want him at
I
United.
don't know, man. I think we do need.
I think Roman would just randomly get a Sancho, man. Like he's just that type of owner. It's like, you know what, everyone's going for Sancho at a cut price. Let me just get him, so no one else gets him. So even if he don't fit, even if it's gonna ruin some of the development of our players here, I don't know. I can just see Roman getting him.
Is what transfer.
Wait,
gossip
can I
saying.
say one thing? Here's the thing. You don't even need the number 9 to win the league. Like City showed it. We showed it last season. Now playing false number 9, you can win the league. This myth of you need a number 9 striker to win the league. You don't really need.
We signed a good
Yeah,
one.
hold
on. So what is Roberto Firmino?
He's a false
He's a false 9. He's not even a striker.
Better than all your attackers.
Well, wait, so, Gail, what is he? Tell us. What do you
I thought
think?
he was a centre forward, to be honest.
No, they said he is world class ability. He's great at what he does. He's a system player. But now you're saying he's a false 9.
He's always been a false 9 for me.
Yeah, because he always plays a false 9. I never said he was a striker at all. Because he literally came
no,
in.
he
as a
actually did.
mid-
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like
Firmino
people
never said
change. I feel like people change the tune to Roberto Firmino. When I say he needs to score more, Liverpool fans agree with me, and they say you can't give me stick because I always say that. But then when you say he's a false 9, when you say he's a false 9, I feel like you're almost masking over and trying to defend him in a way.
No. It's not about him scoring more goals. It's about the chances he gets that he should be scoring.
Like Nketiah's better than him. So
Yeah, calm down.
And Nketiah is a better
If you
striker
re-
than him. Yes.
Yeah, of course, because Firmino's
and
not a
Aubameyang.
striker.
Nketiah is a better striker than Firmino.
Yeah, because Firmino is not a striker.
Nah,
then.
I'm not having that, man. I don't
No,
care.
be
Nketiah
real,
Listen,
can give
bro.
goals.
let's get back to the Chelsea
Yeah,
Liverpool.
let's get back to this.
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I wanna ask you guys. Someone asked me about Grealish. That's not happening ever again, because that was only gonna happen if we got Champions League football. It's not happening.
It was
What
never
about
happening.
Basuma? What about Basuma,
No.
Edgar?
Basuma is realistic, but I would have rather gone for Samori.
I think he's going to
Samari.
Liverpool.
I don't give
I'm
the
not
Samari.
mistaken.
No, he's going to
No,
Leicester.
Samari's going to Leicester.
Yeah,
He's going to Leicester.
Yeah.
So what's his called?
Leicester-
Yeah,
Leicester are
Basuma's a
robbing
real
Samari
him.
player,
ain't
bro.
it.
Let me just skim off.
Samari ain't it. Like, he's not a
Yeah.
player that Arsenal should be linked to. And I'm hearing Arsenal linked with Camavinga, man. Are you mad? Why would Camavinga downgrade to Arsenal?
Bro, don't try to act like Rennes is a upgrade, is a downgrade.
Yeah, but you have to,
No, I'm
you have
talking
to
about, like,
understand,
his
you know,
career.
Arsenal aren't going to get any European football next season, so they're not going to be an attractive club for like all these other players. Like, okay,
They're both
I know
not-
Arsenal are a big club, but you know they're it's highly likely that they're not even going to get European football next season. So,
Well,
and
they're 4 points off.
well, is
They could win
Camavinga
their
is
last
a
three
is a
games.
centre back, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he's
Camavinga
a
is-
CDM.
Listen, look.
Man
they've
doesn't
got-
even know what
You've
position
got Partey,
Camavinga
though,
plays.
haven't you? What was the
Come
point
on,
signing
man.
Partey if you're going to
Yeah,
get
I prediction, bro.
Camavinga? It makes
Right.
Make
sense.
sure you don't come up against Mason Mount and you're good, man.
But look, I want to get back to the game, people, as well, because it's sort
Yeah,
of
this-
Chelsea Arsenal. I want to talk to Ryan about it. I want to talk to Blue Ice about it as well, JB. Ryan, how are you feeling going into this game? Like, obviously, they done us in December under Lampard. We was very confident, like we are now, saying that we're going to give them a slapping. It's going to be 3-4-0. How are you feeling now, second time round?
Bro, just one word, man, and that's revenge, man. I think we have to beat them. Like, I don't think we'll slap them, but I just think we have to beat them, man, once and for all. Because I think under Arteta, I think we've only beat them once, which was one of his first games. So I don't want him to get sacked, and we only beat him once in that. So it's just one word, man, revenge. And I think it's going to be a good game for someone like a Hudson-Odoi, and for some players who, might are not regular starters. And because we got such a big game after that, which is the cup final, a first chance for silverware, it'll be good to rotate some players. And I think even if we do rotate some players, I think those players will be hungry to impress, especially in the London final as well. So I think even if we do rotate, no excuses, because we still should be beating Arsenal. But this is where Arsenal are at their best, man. So we can't hype it up too much, because we'll say we're going to smash them like we did in December, and then they got no pressure, and then they end up doing a madness. But I think one word, man, we just need to beat them, man. Revenge. That's it.
I'm looking
so
forward to this
what's
guy
your score
painting
prediction
himself.
then?
I'm looking forward to this guy
Me?
painting himself blue.
I'm going to go 2-0. Miguel, I'm going to go. I don't think we're going to
Ain't gonna
slap
happen,
you,
man.
yeah? But I think we're just going to beat you convincingly, man.
can't wait
Just
to
as
see
much
you.
as
I'll
you know.
tell you who's going to score. My client, obviously.
No, my
He's not starting,
that
man.
disgrace to
That looked
football. Yeah.
knackered against Man City. He's not starting.
Ads don't even.
He's a disgrace to
Werner
football.
won't play tomorrow. I don't think Werner will
I'm
start.
printing off a Tammy mask and wearing the next
to be
string.
honest.
Oh, shut up, Phelps.
Blue Ice,
Uh,
how you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm
I can't
good.
lie,
How
dude.
are
You know
you?
who I want to see start, guys?
Not
I think
bad.
Hudson-Odoi really deserves to start this game, man. Because
I
I
don't
think
think he will, though, bro. I don't think.
No, I think you know what we should do, yeah. You know what, against Crystal Palace, where we played Hudson-Odoi right wing back, Pulisic, Havertz, and Mount.
I don't mind that. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind that. I just think he will go. I just think Reece James comes in tomorrow. He might bring Hudson-Odoi in the second half if we're 0-0, still need a goal. We need some sort of attacking impotence. Then I'll do it. You might even see Hudson-Odoi play as one of the front three. Maybe you could play just off someone. I don't know. Maybe you could have like a Ziyech come off, Cho come on. I don't know. Like
I'd like to see Hudson-Odoi, Mount, and Havertz. You know, because I think one of Pulisic or Ziyech will definitely start with Mount and Werner. In the cup final, I think Hudson-Odoi and Havertz have got a good connection as well. And if Hudson-Odoi plays on the left, I think, especially against if they play Bellerin, man, Bellerin's finished. Or
if Bellerin's playing, it's game
He's
over.
not gonna play. I can tell you that right now.
who do you think will play Gal then on that right hand side?
hold on,
Chambers
hold
or
on.
Cedric?
Hold on. Go on, Ads. What do you
They're,
want to
they're
say?
all shit, all of them.
Yeah, they're all pretty
Well,
dead.
we'll go ads and then we'll go blue ice. Go on.
No, Cedric is good.
No, bro, I mean, what can I say? Listen, a lot of people are saying Chelsea will slap Arsenal, but I mean, the fact you man even need to get revenge on them is embarrassing. Like, you man claim you're
You
bigger
haven't
than them.
beaten
Need
them.
revenge.
Yo, how
No,
many times has
look,
Oli beat Arteta,
that's
and you've got no room to
that's
talk
the
in that,
first thing
man?
you say. Oh, we haven't beaten them. No, you're Chelsea Football Club. I'm focusing on you right now. Listen,
No, I said
you
it.
claim, oh, revenge. Listen, you man should have beaten them when you had the chance before, and now if you don't beat them again, that's just as embarrassing. So for
You ain't
me,
beat them, no?
you should be going into
You
this
ain't beat them.
game. You should 1 second, Jem. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant though. It's irrelevant. Listen, I'm gonna say this now though. Okay, Chelsea, they are well structured. Their second team, for me, still comes close to Arsenal's first team. So if they do rotate, no, I'm not. I'm being serious. I have to be honest. So if they do rotate quite a few players, it won't really matter. I still think it'll be fairly brutal if that Chelsea side really takes their chances against Arsenal if they can create some. But if Werner's on the field, you man are gonna fucking lose. So I
No,
mean, for me,
He
no,
won't
no.
start,
I'm
but even
sorry.
if
I'm
he
sorry.
started,
Listen. I keep saying this now. When you are better off the ball than you are on it, that is a sign from above. So I'm keeping that same energy. For me, Hudson-Odoi should have started way back before this game. So the fact he should be apparently starting right now against Arsenal is no, he should have started ages ago. He should have started ages ago. For
look,
me,
look.
yo,
how
Ads, you see the thing with Warner is, yeah, he's one of the most frustrating players to watch, yeah. And as if you're a Chelsea fan, he's probably the most frustrating player on our team. But he's effective, man. That's one thing
He is
about Warner. Like, he can make them runs in behind, and what's it called? He can tee up players for goals, and because he's just so fast, defenders will drop their line a little bit back, will just leave space in between the lines, and that's why Tuchel likes him so much, because Tuchel probably is frustrated with him like every single game when he keeps missing chances. Like, you saw his reaction at West Ham. But I
Yeah.
think Werner at the end, yeah, he'll just keep trying and trying and trying. And at the end of the day, it'll get like a jammy assist or a jammy tap in, but he's effective. So that's the
yeah,
thing about Werner.
I disagree. I'd like to disagree. I think when your job is to score goals and you're not doing that, where's the effect? For
I think
me,
yeah, but this is the thing,
it's
Ad.
stupid.
He
There
was
is a
meant to come and score goals,
no,
but he just hasn't done that. But I think
And he's never going to.
no, his movement,
Yeah, but
he
when
will
score
score
goals,
goals,
he
but
uses the
not as
He's
yeah.
not
much as
getting
before.
assists.
Is that his movement off
But,
the
I mean,
ball or on the
his
ball, Jam?
yeah.
No, his movement off the ball creates space for us to score. He's got as many goal assists, I think, for Chelsea than any other player. Anyway, I think he's getting himself in the right areas. He's contributing. He's just not. You're right. He's not putting in the back of the net. He needs to do that. I'd be more worried if he wasn't doing any of that. I'd be more
Yeah,
worried if he was just not
Yeah.
involved
But do you
whatsoever.
not think because you
Jem,
get so many
Yes,
chances, it's
Gal.
not that like
I'm gonna head out because I'm gonna
Go
it's almost
on,
time
bro.
to eat.
Yeah.
But before I go, I'm gonna say this. I think you guys go into the game with as much confidence as you guys want, but what you have to understand is we're not playing for much. So if we lose, we lose. If we win, it's funny that you guys lose. We do a double over you guys in a season where we're terrible.
Yeah, you're
Because
just
I
gonna
don't
get
think the
excited
last
about
time we've done that was 2004, mate. So
it. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, you're going to get well excited, and all Arsenal fans are going to treat that like they've won a cup, beating Chelsea
no,
twice.
listen,
They are.
bro.
That's
No one is gonna get excited.
eating
It's just gonna be, you know
Tuchel.
what? Oh shit, we won. I'm gonna be even more mad. I'm gonna be more angry if we beat you guys, because it shows these guys are pricks and they don't give a shit. Because against Villarreal, when it matters, they don't do shit. And against West Brom, against you guys, and against Crystal Palace and Brighton for the rest of the season, they're gonna play like they're Barcelona when it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, that sounds like Arsenal, doesn't it, Gal? But Gal, thanks for coming on, bro. Appreciate it as always. Make sure
Big
you
up
go
to you,
and follow
Agal, man.
the people.
Later, guys.
Yeah,
Big up.
big up, you go.
Say,
Yeah.
I want to go to Blue Ice next. Blue Ice, what are you saying?
Hey, I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Not bad,
Not
bro.
bad.
Not bad. How are you feeling
Good.
about this game on Wednesday?
It's exactly. I think feet to the ground.
You know,
I'm
right?
buzz. Yeah, I'm buzzing though from the Champions League victory and beating City last weekend. I'm buzzing and I'm so happy for Billy Gilmore. I think we need to play him against Arsenal. He needs to start. I think in the double six role, I'd like to see Conte and Jorginho rotate around Billy Gilmore. Yes, I know he's probably going on loan, but it would be nice to sort of showcase because we finally are getting a chance to see
He's
what he
going
can
on
do.
loan.
Sorry?
How do you know he's going on loan?
You know, Lambs, you asked a good question. Look at the crop of midfielders right now. You got to add Barkley in there. You got to add Loftus-Cheek in there. Where do you? I'm hoping Billy is able to.
Coming back. Ross Barkley isn't coming back. Also, none of them are DMs.
No, but I know, but but it still adds pressure on Billy, and Tuchel already has said.
What's Billy Gilmore done wrong for his age? What's he done?
No. You're not getting the point, Lambs.
What's he done
Lambs,
wrong?
you're not getting the point. I'm saying.
Okay, look, Kovacic is currently injured, yeah? You have Jorginho and
I'm not
if something happens to one of them, who comes in if Billy Gilmore's out on loan?
Fred, can I land? Can I land now?
Fred comes in.
Okay, let me.
Innit? Do we bring Frank Lampard back? Come and play as a DM. Go on.
Let me land then. Okay, Lambs, let me land. I hear you.
Saying that you're so sure he's going on loan, like you have some inside source to the club. No, you don't. The boy is 19 years old. He's done absolutely nothing wrong to be dropped. In fact, I think he's going to be included more and more in the squad. So,
okay, can I land? Lambs, can I land now?
You're so wrong. Land, but you're wrong.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm not. Listen, Lambs. I want Billy Gilmore in this team more than you do. You have no idea. But we got to face the truth right now. As it stands.
What's the truth? What do you mean? If you want him so much, why are you sitting here saying you're so sure he's going on loan? With what inside information?
Hey, man, I heard Thomas Tuchel say that he likes Loftus-Cheek. I heard Thomas Tuchel said he would like to work with him in the off season. So I'm just thinking, I'm looking at Billy Gilmore now. He hasn't given us enough auditioning to actually put a pulse on what he can do. Trust me, if he can stake his claim, I'll be more celebratory than you are.
19 years old. He's played 239 minutes in a whole entire season. Give the boy some goddamn credit.
On a loan, yes, on a loan. We'll give him credit on a loan. That's what we're saying, Lambs. I hear you. I hear you, Lambs. We send him on a loan, and that's where he's going to grow, like his other
just take
colleagues.
Scott McTominay, and I think your midfield would be perfect.
No, but Jem, just to answer your question, I'd like to see Billy Gilmore sort of. I want him to play against Arsenal because I think he's going to bust that midfield. He's going to bust that midfield.
In the comments.
Yo, mods, move that guy out, man. Fucking hell.
Uh-oh.
Don't just ignore him. Thomas, be polite here, mate. Yeah, I don't want to hear any rude comments.
Behave yourself.
The panelist. If you don't agree on it, then that's cool. But don't be rude. Also, get to 40 likes. Please subscribe if you're new here. We are so close to it. I love it. I love the fire in Lambs when she comes out and she's very strong about it.
Lambs is letting me have it this afternoon. Woo!
Can I say something quickly?
Like, don't get me wrong. I've gone at like other people as well for coming. Like I remember.
It's okay. Trust me.
Earlier this year, N'Golo Kante needs to be sold, and I lost my shit for the same reason.
I hear you.
And I will defend. I'm a staunch defender of N'Golo Kante. I'm a staunch defender of Billy Gilmore because I know I see what these players are.
Lambs, I'm like you.
I'm willing to let go I'm willing to let go of the squad just yet. These players.
Lambs, I'm like you. I'm like you. Trust me, man. I'm like you. If we can keep Billy Gilmore, I'll be dancing. But my
point is, you seem so sure he was going out on loan. I'm literally saying you. We have 4 DMs.
I do think he's going on loan.
Why would he go on loan when we as Chelsea Football Club want to be like City, what City are doing? They're competing on all 4 fronts for all 4 trophies. Well, that's a lot of damn games, yeah? Surely you need some squad depth, right? Who's going to play Carabao Cup games, FA Cup games, maybe even some of the Champions League group stage games?
Yeah. That's true.
Gilmore, players like Cho. So what are you talking about? Look what's happening right now. Christensen's injured. If something happens to Thiago Silva, Kovacic is injured. If something happens to another one of our DMs, we're fucked. Stop sitting here saying, "Oh, let's send players out on loan." Like we don't already have half our squad out on loan at the moment, anyway.
It's true. No, I hear you. I just think if we can keep him, Lambs, trust me, I'm more passionate than you are about Billy Gilmore. But I really, honestly think I'm not an agent. I have no insight, but I'm trying to buffer myself because I know he's going to go on loan. I know it. He's going to go on loan. That's where if he doesn't go on loan, then he has staked his claim. Because remember, now we're in the.
guys, when he
let me finish.
doesn't
Let me
go
finish,
on,
Lamb.
when he doesn't go
Lamb,
on
one more line. One more sentence,
we're
Lamb.
gonna have
Lamb.
this conversation again. We'll pick this conversation up again, yeah?
Okay, sure.
Order,
When he
order.
doesn't go on.
Fair
Go
enough.
on, Blue Eyes. Go on.
Yeah, so like I was saying, hey, we're in the business of players taking their own positions right now because everyone is fighting for a role. So, Lamb, if Billy Gilmore can take that position, which I think he's doing a great job now, especially his game against Man City, I'm here to advocate for Billy Gilmore. Let's not get this twisted. I'm here for his case, but I know the way that we all know how Chelsea works. And if anything, Billy Gilmore probably is going to have to go on a 6-month loan somewhere, probably, and then come back to be a superstar. So I just want to see more of Billy Gilmore. That's all I'm saying. And then yes,
Why does he have to go somewhere? Like, I don't get it.
But do you know
He's not
what?
saying he wants him to.
Say something on
This is what Pep
yeah.
did to Foden.
he needs starting roles.
Somewhere.
No.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Blue Eyes, go on. You go and I'll go after you. Go on.
Sure.
Yeah, you go.
Okay, Lambs, the reason I said, you asked a very good question why he has to go on loan. I feel with the kind of skill and talent that Billy Gilmore has, he needs to start a lot more EPL games. He needs starting roles. And if he wants to stay with the club with Chelsea right now, that would be great. But I'm not sure he's going to get a lot of starting roles, especially when Kova comes back, Jorginho, Conte, and we might go out and get another DM.
Jorginho's dead.
Well, no, Jorginho. No, I think Jorginho is prime, man. Jorginho is prime right now. He's IP.
Go on, Wayne.
He's IP.
This is what worries me. I'm sorry. This is what worries me. The fact that people are saying, this is Jorginho's prime. This is the best Jorginho you're ever going to see, and I'm still not impressed.
And I'm good with it. I'm good with this. I'm good with
I
this
think
version
Fred
of.
does more than Jorginho because Fred at least.
I'm good with this version of Jorginho.
Hold on.
I've ever seen. This is the best version of Jorginho I've ever seen, and I still believe he's not good enough.
JB, what did you?
Really?
One second. JB,
You
what
don't
did you
like
just say?
him, eh, Lambs?
JB, what did you say?
I think Fred does more than Jorginho in the way he wins the ball back, and he's tenacious. I know at times he hasn't been great. He hasn't been great at times, but in the last couple of weeks he's really picked up his game, and he's actually quite an important player in our first team. I'd say with McTominay. McTominay does tend to lose the ball a bit more.
Guys,
and
Fred's
ball retention hasn't been great. Fred's ball retention hasn't been great, but he is working on that aspect of his game, and I do think he can be very influential in the midfield. When he wins the ball back, when he's very tenacious, he's very good at
No, Jem, why are you trying to stop it?
I know people like to shit on Fred a lot. I know people like to criticize him.
Relax.
I have as well. I've criticized Fred too earlier on in the season. At some points in the season, I was like, "Oh, Fred's no good. Get him out." But then, as I've seen a bit more of him, I've realized that he is working on his consistency. He is getting better. And on the Billy Gilmore argument, I think he hasn't had much game time. Tuchel hasn't given him much opportunity. But I think and I do know that Chelsea, they love to loan their players out. But I think Billy Gilmore, he's not a bad player. He's decent. I do remember last season, especially that FA Cup tie against Liverpool, he was fantastic in that game. All the pundits were praising him, and he had a good game on the weekend as well. So
I hear that. I do.
It'll be interesting to see if Tuchel gives him game time, but yeah.
You think
he might go out on
Fred, you said Fred's important to okay, what are you gonna say? Sorry, Jam.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on.
I wanted to let Wayne go after. Let Wayne go after because he's been trying to say something for a while as well. Yeah, go on. Go on, Chris. You go and then let Wayne go after you.
Okay, yeah. I was just gonna say, you say Fred's important to United, but literally Jorginho is important to Chelsea, and he's been helping us get to a Champions League final and stuff, and FA Cup and stuff like that. He was under an inexperienced manager who didn't know how to use him properly, and that's why I think Jorginho is a bit tainted under Lampard. Under Tuchel, he has actually not really put a foot wrong, except for a West Brom game. That's the only game he's had a bad game. He's actually quite consistently good. Yes, he is.
I'd say it was mainly under Tuchel. I think
and Sarri, he was good on Sarri.
Yeah, but
Jem,
that is
Jem,
two
you know
managers
how good
back now.
Jorginho's been under Chelsea, under Tuchel and Chelsea right now. You can't deny how good he's been.
He,
I
look,
mean, like
he's had. Look, I'm not his biggest
he's been
fan.
okay at
I
times.
ain't his
I know
biggest
you're
fan
not.
of Christensen, but look, I can sit here and admit that he deserves to be in the team right now. He's playing very well. He deserves to be a part of everything that's going on there. He's important in what he's doing, especially in midfield. He's doing everything what I've been wanting him to do for a number of seasons since he's been at Chelsea. He's doing it at the moment. If he can continue with that consistency, then why not? You know, do I think he's the answer long term? I still don't think he is. That's just my opinion. I don't think he is the long term answer to Chelsea. I think we do need to look to bring in a different type of DM, someone that can maybe look forward a bit more, play balls quicker into the final third. You know, that's my preference of player that I
Jem,
would want. But
Jem,
Wayne, well, Blue Eyes, one second, let Wayne go and then we'll go to you. Yeah,
Sure,
go on, Wayne.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, a few things. So I've got to shoot, and I just want to say some bits. One, I think if Bill Gilmore goes on loan, it's the biggest mistake we've ever done at the moment because I think he's a talent that we need to keep around the players and let him build because I think he's just going to be a class central midfielder.
Yeah.
To come, I think he probably will lead if we treat him right. I think he'll be the next Fabregas for Chelsea, what he was for Arsenal. I think he could be that good. He could be a box-to-box playmaker for Chelsea. So I agree with Lambs. If he goes on, I think it's the biggest mistake we can ever do. But one quick say is a special thanks to the women, for again defending their title, winning the league yesterday. Because I tell you what, I'm so proud of the Chelsea women. And one person I'm more proud of the most is Frank Kirby, because what she's had to overcome from last year and what she's achieved this year is a unbelievable achievement, and I'm proud of that. And the other thing is, please, guys, if you haven't done so yet, smash that like button, subscribe to GNTV. All these guys do a great job for us as Chelsea and into all internationals and European, all that. They do a great job, and they don't discriminate. And that's what we all got to realise: women and men are equal at football. And not only that, we've done all this parading at the moment. There's one thing I want to get off my chest. We've done all this parading for getting the Super League. Let's do it for racism and let's do it. We are all equal. We're one.
I
and
agree.
that bothers me so much because we're all one. I want all of us fans to dream in one and do it for all of us. Not just for teams, for everyone on this planet Earth. Because that's what it's got to stop.
I agree.
But
I agree.
thank you. Thank you for letting me come on, guys.
No
big
way,
up
Wayne.
to everyone. Big up on
Always
the
welcome here, mate. You're always
chat.
welcome here.
Yes,
Always
Wayne.
welcome.
I've got to go because I've got to go for my missus. But
No worries. See you later, Wayne. Take care of yourself, bro. See you later.
Also, guys, I'm actually really harmless and a really nice person. I'm just
just when you talk about Billy Gilmore.
keep it hot-blooded, like
Billy Shitmore.
It's all
Just
good,
don't
Lambs.
mention Billy Gilmore, and then you're fine.
Lambs. There's what I'm going to leave. Lambs, I'm going to challenge you, Lambs. I need to challenge you.
No,
I want to bet.
I'm honestly a really nice person. Like I don't.
Of course, we know.
I will not insinuate or start any like physical fight with anybody because mostly I know that I'm physically not strong enough to win, so I just wouldn't do that.
Rams, let the people know what we're doing Sunday as well before we go to.
Oh yes, speaking of women, and you know, obviously big ups to Wayne for that amazing message. We are going to be doing a watch along for the Women's Champions League final. So Chelsea women Barcelona, tune in on GNA TV. Like, subscribe,
8 p.m. Sunday.
Share, and be here on Sunday. Support our women, all of that jazz, please.
Yep, and Lambs will be hosting it, maybe along with one or two other people. So the ladies will be delving into that. So guys, if you want to get involved, the link will be in the chat. You can get involved and support them in the Champions League final against Barcelona, and hopefully they can bring it home for us. The first European trophy to be brought home. Hopefully, fingers crossed for us out of the two. So
absolutely.
Go on, Blue Ice. What was you going to say, bro?
Yeah, Lambs. I'm going to bet. I want to bet Lambs on live TV. And bet Lambs. Are you game?
What's the bet? I need to hear the details first.
Okay. if Billy Gilmore doesn't get loaned next season, £20. Let's put £20 down, man.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
fine.
Is that fair?
Yeah, fair deal.
Done. That you see, Lambs. You see, there you go.
I
There you
wonder what I'm
go.
going to do with the new £20 I've just gained for free, guys. Leave your,
£20.
put your suggestions in the comments.
That £20.
I say buy Billy Gilmore name on the back and stuff on your top.
I was going to say that £20 can go into GNA TV. How about that one, eh? That's a good one.
No, forget that. Invest in Man United because the Glazers aren't putting shit in. Just give it to Man United. Our owners don't give us anything.
Jem, what I did want to ask you though,
money.
Yeah, go on.
I wanted to ask you, do you see, maybe this is a question for you and Lambs as well, do you see Kovacic walking back into that 6-6 role, or do you think he's got to fight his way back in? You think Jorginho's got that spot covered?
No, I think between Kovacic, Kante, and Jorginho, I think as Tuchel's shown since he's come in, that they're always rotated quite well. I don't think there's any one specific player that has to play. I think it just depends who we're playing and who he thinks would be better for that game. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think it's just going to be a Jorginho and Kante all the time. I think if we're playing against the team that's going to play a low block against us, then maybe you don't need a Kante. Maybe you could get away with Jorginho and Kovacic. You know what I mean? Moving the ball quicker. But I don't know. It's a good problem to have, isn't it, for Tuchel? Really,
It is.
It is. But not only just there, across the pitch, front three. Look at the rotation that we can put forward for the front three. We can continuously keep switching them. You know, defense as well. So. Yeah, man, we should be happy for what we're seeing right now, and
I'm
it's
telling
good
you,
to be.
I'm stoked. I'm pumped.
Chris, what did you want to say?
What about Christensen?
I already said about my Jorginho thing, but like about what the game for Wednesday.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Okay, about the game about Wednesday, I think it's going to be an easy game for starters. I think we're going to thump like Arsenal. Arsenal got nothing to fight for. They're in the dust. I want this Chelsea team for starters to fight for that pride. I don't care about the points. I just want us to beat Arsenal. So, yeah, like I'm hoping we'll win that game by 3 or 4-1 at least. Yeah. So we just put those Arsenal fans where they belong, absolutely nowhere. So yeah,
nowhere. That's what we want to hear.
As well. Like, do you think Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, all these players got benched, be playing like the rotation?
I think Kai Havertz will play. Yeah, I think Kai Havertz will play against Arsenal. I think Christian Pulisic will play against Arsenal, and I think Ziyech might come in, or not. If not Ziyech, maybe Mason Mount and Ziyech might play in the final. You don't know because Werner and Ziyech play well together, don't they? So there's a good chance that
they do.
That he might think for them for Leicester. I don't know. Yeah, that's it's just a great option for Chelsea to have, isn't it? When you think about it and how we rotate so much as well. But Aslan, my lion friend, is here. How you doing?
It's good, Jem. Hello, everyone.
How are you?
Merhaba kardeş. I'm good, thank you.
It's an Arsenal fan.
Hello, everyone on the panel.
Hi.
Yeah. So about Wednesday's game. To be honest with you, for me, I don't care about the points. I don't care about the bragging rights. For me, it's just all about pride because I mean, I'm speaking for myself. As an Arsenal fan, I've got nothing to brag about. I'm going to start bantering, man, over doing the double over Chelsea when you guys are in a domestic cup, FA Cup final. You're in a European Cup final, Champions League final, and I'm going to sit here and start bantering and doing the double over Chelsea. This is not who I am. I'm not deluded. I don't have rose-tinted glasses. I say it how I see it. Yeah, man, I just keep it real, bro. Like I said, it's just all for pride now. I don't care what player, and also how we performed in our semi-final. That's what mattered. That was our business end of the season.
Yeah.
We didn't produce, and the end result was us getting knocked out by our ex-manager. The irony.
Harsh reality, yeah.
And so like if we win beat you guys on Wednesday. Again, it's just pride, man. Nothing
It
more,
is.
nothing less.
What are your thoughts on Arteta? I've not actually spoke to you before, so what's your thoughts on Arsenal as an overall Arteta? How you run?
Yeah, Arteta, I believe he was like he should have never been appointed.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show our ownership, the lack of ambition they have shown for over a decade. Yeah, so it's no fault of his own, but then maybe he could have also have said like, look, you know, Edu, Vinay, I'm not ready for this role, because I feel that he should have had 3 to 5 years minimum of managerial experience wherever, whether that was Scotland, like clubs that he has been affiliated to in his player days, or maybe in the Championship, wherever. He should have had 3 to 5 years minimum for us to even consider of hiring him. Like him just being the option, not being option number one and being cheapskates. But yeah, so this season, and you know, there's just clear evidence on him being tactically inept, him mistreating, misusing senior and academy graduate players. You know, and yeah, ultimately, you know, the facts are there, clear as day. 18 L's in one season is unacceptable for a club the size of Arsenal.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, 13 in the league, 2 domestic cup defeats, and 3 90-minute Europa League defeats. Yes, on 2 of we qualified through earlier rounds, but like in 90-minute games, there were losses. You know, there were L's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, he's not the answer. We do need a seasoned manager with real pedigree, with
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and yeah, so like we need an experienced manager, basically.
I agree.
But until we get rid of our so-called sugar daddy, because we had 2 at one stage, didn't we? But and the other one that we got that sold up, he supposedly is richer than Abramovich, but our board at the time didn't even allow him to have a seat at the table. So where was there, and like, is this because like the guy's what, like a Uzbeki Russian guy? Is it because he wasn't European? Is it because he wasn't American? I don't know. I don't know the answers to that. But yeah, he ultimately sold up and decided to go and buy Everton or have a major share in Everton. Yeah, so like the buck, at the end of the day, the buck stops with our ownership in terms of how our club is being run, and they set the level of ambition. They need to show us the direction in which where our club should head to, and because they lack that, our boardroom level is confused, our manager is confused, and on the pitch, our players are confused. So,
what about this comment?
Where we stand today.
What about this comment on TalkSport? They said the only thing that Arteta has in common with Pep is his wardrobe. I think that's probably
that's a good line. That's a good line.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That is pretty accurate.
Can I say something? Can I say something? For me personally, that line is good, but there's no way I would ever like accept anything that those mucks at fucking TalkSport say, because listen, they are the same people that said that Arteta has more potential than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he got appointed at Arsenal Football Club. So for me, the fact they're saying that now just proves that they are just opinion shifters. Like, opinion shifters are just weak, in my opinion. If you're gonna say something, you know, if it's an opinion, as for example, if you say that player is good, you watch him a little bit closer, you say he's bad. That's fair enough. That's an opinion. But these people are basically saying that it's solidified and it's a fact that Arteta is better than that manager. But for me, it doesn't matter about now. It matters about since Ole and Arteta both started. I've always thought Ole's a better manager than Arteta. So for me, it doesn't make a blind difference.
Well, he also had experience prior to his Man United job anyway, didn't he?
Yeah.
They did, yeah, but you know, like they all got compared. Why? Because they all left like either a minor or big legacy at that club that they're managing. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I hear that.
Look, from time your club, Chelsea, right? Now your owner, sugar daddy titles aside, banter aside, your owner came from day dot. He made a huge investment, and for his return, he wants success. The guy is ruthless. The guy is ambitious, and he's a winner. So he sets the ambition from the very top. That's where your owner is. And our owner, unfortunately, his focus is the LA Rams and all these other American franchises. We are just a cash cow or the golden goose that lays the golden eggs. So that's clear as day.
Yeah, I hear that. I do hear that. Ram's joined us as well. Ram, I'll let you have the final say, bro. What you thinking about this game? Chelsea.
Just want to say how good Gilmore is.
Yeah.
I think in terms of the game, I think it will be closer than what everyone thinks. I think it will be either one or two things. Either it will be a scrappy 1-0 draw, 1-0 win from Chelsea, or a 0-0 draw. I just see it as those kind of things. I think both sides. I think both sides won't create a lot of chances. I think it's whether one of you lot would actually put the ball in the back of the net. I think that's how I see the game. Yeah, but on Ad's point, I think if you look at it potential wise, that people said Arteta has the potential, he has a high ceiling, all that. I think everyone knew that Arteta going into the Arsenal job was too soon. A club like Arsenal and the expectations that's given to him, I think he just couldn't. I don't think he can handle it, and I do feel sorry for him to an extent because he's still a guy that's trying to learn his trade, still trying to do something, and Arsenal is not the situation you want to be in. Because I think as a tactician, I think he has a very good footballing mind. I think he really does. But yeah,
do you think he does better at another club then? But maybe with a bit more.
If he goes to like a Valencia or a Granada, I think he'll do well there. I honestly think he will do very well. I think if he was at Valencia, I think he'll take him to the top 4. Honestly,
yeah,
there you go. And to be fair, I mean, Rand, do you still think Liverpool's going to get into the top 4? Just a quick one.
I'm still holding my breath on it. Like we've got Man United, which is obviously going to be a massive game for both sides. It's going to be difficult. We couldn't beat them with our best team. What do you think we can do with our worst team? Is just one of those things. And then not only that, we got West Brom who've been relegated, so it's more a sense of pride from them that they'll be playing against us. Yeah. And who else do we got? I think we got Crystal Palace at home and someone else. I can't remember who the other person is.
You should win those last 2 games.
Sorry?
You should win the West Brom and Brighton game, didn't you say? Oh no, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace and West Brom.
I'd say Crystal Palace. I'd say Crystal Palace because it's at Anfield. We obviously fans will be in the stadium, so I think I'm quite confident we'll win that game. West Brom, I'll hold my breath because we don't have a very good record at West Brom. Like we were very, very poor at West Bromwich. So
wait.
Right, go on, Ads. You want to say something, Ads?
Oh yeah, no. Like all I want to say is I actually want to just quickly respond to this comment. Right, listen. A lot of people listen. I could easily just sit there and say it's an agenda, but for me, there are reasons why people don't like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Right, like they think. Look, people want to just stay to what they said at the start when he was actually not doing as great as he is right now, and they just want to stick to the fact that maybe he isn't good enough Manchester United. For me, I think what he needs to fix is definitely us relying on 45 minutes to win a game. I think once he gets the baggage in terms of players, or actually right now he should be doing that. He should be beating teams in the first half. Taking our chances is I think one of our biggest problems, and it goes unnoticed because of our midfield and our defense. But like yesterday, we had so many chances in the first half, we didn't take them, and then we conceded. But what we need to do is, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is honestly the 4th best manager in the league. at the moment. Honestly, I think he's honestly up there now. He's not next to Klopp, Pep, or Tuchel, I don't think, but he's like the tier below them. He's like 4th place. But no, man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a lot of potential. I think once he's won the Europa League, I think that's when things get better for him.
Fair enough. There's your answers to that. Hassan's here as well. Hassan, I'll let you have the final say on the Chelsea game. What's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I was just gonna say about everything in general.
You awake? You just
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
I basically knocked out when I woke up again. Let me answer it properly. I think Liverpool's top 4 chances in general. It's just dependent on the United game. I feel like United could make or break it. I'm trying to think now.
I disagree.
Talk about the Arsenal game. Yeah.
I honestly disagree. I think it's down to those last 3 games, because even if we lose against Manchester United, if Leicester drop points against Tottenham and United tomorrow,
and
Chelsea as well, we still can get into the top 4. I think if we get a win against United, it'll be great. But I think the 3 games after that is going to be the defining ones.
I think Leicester will beat Tottenham, to be honest, and we'll beat Liverpool. That's what I'd say happening.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, the Arsenal game is. I think that one's just gonna be a dodgy one because it's so awesome for them to turn up against us and then lose the next game. But I don't know. I feel like we took. I think we should be sorted, but it's a derby. Like anything can happen at the moment. I feel like we should win 9 times out of 10. That's all I'm gonna say really at the moment.
Fair enough. A 2-0 was a bad result for Chelsea. We have to smash them, is what he's saying there. Harris is saying El Matador will end your top 4 hopes, is what he's saying there. United and Chelsea should let Leicester beat them, so is no top 4 for the Scousers.
I think what he meant, like beat the heck out of each other. Though.
All right, guys.
Thanks to smash them.
Yeah, guys. Again, thank you for coming on as always. We appreciate it massively. It's been a massive show again. We're so close to the 1K as well now. I think we need about 19 more subs now, so it's a good show today.
Hey, Jem.
Yeah.
Hey, Jem. Can you hear me?
Yes, mate.
Can you please make sure I don't know what happened to Lambs. Tell Lambs that I'm coming to collect. I'm coming for that 20 ball. I'm coming to collect, man.
We will see. But Blue Ice, you're always here anyway. You're one of our loyal GNA supporters.
Yes,
anyway.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Mate, as always. Peace. People keep smashing that like button. If you're new to here, subscribe. Go over to KH No Filter. They're on there now as well, so you can go and check them out as well. And we'll be back again very, very soon. So have a good evening. Take care.
Have a good evening, folks.
And we'll see you soon.
It's like it's free time, when it's free time. In the dance, they have to take a glance, we step in the room.